You're probably not abusing your Volkswagen. You're not redlining it every day. You're not skipping oil changes on purpose. But what if I told you that 11 totally normal habits, things you do without thinking, are slowly killing your VW from the inside out? Habits like how you warm it up, how you shut it off, even how you park it. And the scary part? Volkswagens are especially sensitive to these mistakes. What might be harmless in other cars can quietly destroy your turbo, transmission, timing system, or engine over time. Most VW owners don't realize anything is wrong until the check engine light comes on, or worse, until they're staring at a repair bill that costs more than the car is worth. So before you drive another mile, watch this video, because by the end, you'll know the 11 Volkswagen habits that are silently shortening your car's life, and how to stop them today before the damage becomes permanent. Habit number 11, shutting your Volkswagen off immediately after driving. Let's start with the one that does the most damage, and almost everyone does it. You pull into your driveway, turn the key, and shut your Volkswagen off immediately. It feels completely normal. It feels harmless. But if your Volkswagen has a turbocharged engine, and most of them do, this habit is slowly cooking your engine from the inside. Here's what's really happening. While you're driving, your turbo reaches extreme temperatures, hundreds of degrees hotter than the rest of the engine. That turbo relies entirely on engine oil to stay lubricated and protected. The moment you shut the car off, oil flow stops instantly, but the heat doesn't. That trapped heat literally burns the oil sitting inside the turbocharger, turning it into thick carbon deposits. Over time, those deposits clog oil passages, damage internal bearings, and slowly starve the turbo of lubrication. This process is called oil coking, and it's one of the biggest silent killers of Volkswagen turbo engines. At first, you won't notice anything. There's no warning light, no strange noise. The car feels perfectly fine. But months or even years later, the damage shows up all at once. The turbo suddenly fails. Power drops. The check engine light comes on. And now you're facing a repair bill that can easily cost thousands of dollars. What makes this even worse is how fast the damage builds after long highway drives, hard acceleration, climbing hills, or any time the engine has been working harder than usual right before you shut it off. So what should you do instead? Before turning your Volkswagen off, let it idle for about 30 to 60 seconds. That's it. That short cool down keeps oil circulating, lowers turbo temperatures, and can dramatically extend the life of your engine. Skipping this one simple step is like shutting down a machine while it's still overheated. It might survive for a while, but the damage is already happening. And the worst part is most Volkswagen owners never realize this habit is killing their car until the damage is already done. Habit number 10, repeated short trips and cold starts. This one feels harmless. You're just running a quick errand, driving a few minutes down the road, no long trips, no aggressive driving, nothing extreme. But for your Volkswagen, especially modern turbocharged models, this habit is quietly doing serious damage. Here's why. Every time you start your engine cold, the oil is thick and hasn't fully circulated yet. Internal engine parts, including the turbo, are running with reduced lubrication during those first moments. That's normal if the engine gets time to warm up. The problem is when the drive is so short that it never does. On repeated short trips, the oil doesn't reach operating temperature. Moisture from combustion doesn't burn off. Unburned fuel mixes into the oil. Over time, that contaminated oil breaks down faster and loses its protective ability. Inside the engine, sludge starts forming. Timing components wear prematurely. Turbo seals take extra stress. And in many Volkswagens, this leads to stretched timing chains, clogged PCV systems, and increased carbon buildup. You won't notice any of this at first. There's no warning light, no strange behavior. The car still feels perfectly fine. But underneath, the engine is aging much faster than it should. This is one of the main reasons some Volkswagen engines develop major problems at relatively low mileage, while others run strong for years. It's not just about maintenance, it's about how the car is used. If you rely on short trips, your VW needs regular longer drives to fully warm up and burn off moisture. Skipping that is slowly shortening the life of your engine, even if everything feels normal right now. Habit number 9, using the wrong engine oil or cheap oil. This is one of the fastest ways to destroy a Volkswagen engine without realizing it. Volkswagen engines are extremely picky about oil. They're designed for specific oil specifications, not just the right viscosity. Using oil that almost matches or choosing a cheaper option to save money slowly causes internal damage. Wrong oil breaks down faster under heat, especially in turbocharged VW engines. As it degrades, it loses its ability to protect timing components, turbo bearings, and camshafts. Sludge forms. Oil passages restrict. Wear accelerates. The engine may sound fine, it may run fine, but inside, metal parts are rubbing where they shouldn't. This is why many Volkswagen engines fail even though the owner changed the oil on time. The oil was changed, but it wasn't the right oil. Saving a few dollars on oil now can cost thousands later. With Volkswagens, oil isn't just maintenance, it's engine protection. Habit number 8, ignoring small warning lights and minor alerts. This is where a lot of Volkswagen owners get into serious trouble. A warning light comes on. Maybe it's the check engine light. Maybe it's EPC. Maybe it's something that doesn't seem urgent. The car still drives fine, so you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. What many people don't realize is that Volkswagens don't throw warning lights for no reason. These cars are heavily monitored by sensors, and when a light appears, it's often the early stage of a much bigger problem. A small misfire can turn into catalytic converter damage. A failing sensor can cause the engine to run too lean or too rich. A minor boost issue can stress the turbo and fuel system. And once one system is off, it puts extra strain on everything else. The car might still start, it might still feel normal, but inside, components are compensating in ways they were never designed to. By the time the car finally shows obvious symptoms, rough idle, loss of power, stalling, the damage is already expensive. This is why ignoring a minor warning light in a Volkswagen can turn a simple fix into a major repair. What feels like a small problem today often becomes a breakdown tomorrow. If your VW is trying to tell you something, it's not being dramatic. It's giving you a chance to fix the problem before it gets much worse. Habit number 7, flooring the gas pedal on a cold engine. This is a habit a lot of Volkswagen owners don't even realize they have. You start the car, pull out, and within seconds you're accelerating hard. Maybe to merge, maybe out of habit, maybe because the car feels fine. But when your engine is cold, that's one of the worst times to push it. Cold oil is thicker and hasn't fully circulated through the engine yet. Internal components haven't expanded to their proper operating clearances. When you floor the gas in that moment, you're forcing the engine and turbo to work at high stress without full lubrication. Turbo bearings take extra wear. Timing components experience added strain. Metal parts rub harder than they should, and while you won't feel the damage right away, it adds up every single time you do it. Volkswagen engines are built to perform, but they're also precise. Repeated hard acceleration on a cold engine slowly shortens their lifespan. Letting your VW warm up through gentle driving for just a few minutes before pushing it hard is a small habit that makes a big difference over time. Habit number 6, skipping transmission service because it's lifetime fluid. This one has cost Volkswagen owners thousands. You've probably heard it before. The transmission fluid is lifetime, so there's no need to service it. And technically, Volkswagen may call it lifetime. But what they don't tell you is lifetime doesn't mean forever. Inside your VW's transmission, especially DSG models, fluid does more than just lubricate. It cools components, manages pressure, and protects internal clutches and gears. Over time, that fluid breaks down from heat and friction. When it's not serviced, shifts become rougher, clutches wear faster, heat builds up, and eventually, the transmission starts to fail. At first, you might notice slight hesitation or hard shifts. Then warning lights appear, and by the time real symptoms show up, repairs can be extremely expensive. Regular transmission service isn't optional if you want your Volkswagen to last. Ignoring it because of the word lifetime is one of the quickest ways to shorten your car's life. Habit number 5, ignoring carbon buildup because the car still feels fine. Your Volkswagen might feel smooth and responsive, but that doesn't mean the engine is clean on the inside. In modern direct injection VW engines, carbon buildup forms naturally on the intake valves over time. As that buildup grows, airflow becomes restricted, combustion becomes less efficient, and performance slowly drops. Fuel economy suffers, throttle response gets weaker, and eventually, the engine starts to run rough. The problem is, you don't notice it happening day by day. The car slowly adapts, so everything feels normal, until it doesn't. Ignoring carbon buildup can turn a routine maintenance issue into an expensive cleaning or major repair. Just because your Volkswagen feels fine now, doesn't mean damage isn't building underneath. Habit number 4, following generic maintenance schedules instead of Volkswagen-specific ones. A lot of Volkswagen owners think they're doing everything right because they follow a basic maintenance schedule. Oil changes on time, service is done when the reminder comes on. The problem is, generic schedules don't account for how sensitive Volkswagen engines and transmissions actually are. Turbocharged engines, DSG gearboxes, and timing components need more attention than many people realize. Stretching service intervals, delaying fluid changes, or waiting for warning lights allows wear to build quietly over time. By the time problems show up, the damage is already expensive. Volkswagens don't respond well to good enough maintenance. Following VW-specific service intervals is the difference between a car that lasts and one that becomes a headache. Habit number 3, using cheap fuel or the wrong octane. This is a habit a lot of Volkswagen owners overlook. Many VW engines are tuned for higher quality fuel, and running cheap gas or the wrong octane forces the engine to constantly adjust to protect itself. Timing gets pulled back, combustion becomes less efficient, heat and stress increase inside the engine. You may not feel an immediate problem, but over time, this leads to reduced performance, lower fuel economy, and increased wear on pistons, valves, and the turbo. Your Volkswagen will still run, but it won't run the way it was designed to. Saving a few dollars at the pump can slowly cost you far more in repairs later. Habit number 2, ignoring small leaks and normal oil consumption. A small oil spot on the driveway, a slightly low oil level, nothing that feels urgent. But in a Volkswagen, small leaks and oil consumption are never something to ignore. These engines run hot, rely heavily on proper oil pressure, and even a small loss over time can cause serious internal wear. Running low on oil stresses the turbo, timing components, and camshafts. Seals harden, gaskets fail, and once oil pressure drops, damage accelerates fast. Many major VW engine failures start with something that seemed minor. What looks like a small issue today can turn into a major repair if it's left unchecked. Habit number 1, treating your Volkswagen like every other car. This is the habit that causes more problems than all the others combined. A lot of Volkswagen owners drive and maintain their car the same way they would any other vehicle. Same driving habits, same maintenance mindset, same "it should be fine" attitude. But Volkswagens don't work like most cars. They're engineered with tight tolerances, turbocharged power, and complex systems that demand specific care. When you ignore that and treat your VW like a generic commuter car, wear builds faster than you expect. Oil gets stressed, transmissions suffer, turbos fail early, and when something finally breaks, people blame the car instead of the habits. This is why one owner gets hundreds of thousands of miles out of their Volkswagen, while another is dealing with constant repairs. The car isn't the problem, the way it's treated is. If you respect how a Volkswagen is designed to be driven and maintained, it can be an incredible, long-lasting car. But if you don't, it will let you know, and it won't be cheap. If even one of these habits sounded familiar, that's not a bad thing. It means you caught it before it turned into an expensive problem. Volkswagens can be incredible cars when they're treated the right way. Most failures don't happen overnight. They happen slowly, through habits people don't even realize are hurting their car. That's exactly why this channel exists. Here on Volkswagen Hub, we break down real-world VW ownership, what actually damages these cars, how to prevent costly repairs, and how to make your Volkswagen last as long as possible. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit the like button so more VW owners can see it, and subscribe to Volkswagen Hub for more honest, no BS Volkswagen content every week. And if you want your VW to be one of the ones that lasts, not one of the horror stories, this is the place to be. I'll see you in the next video.